welcome back to my channel. So today I have a super exciting video. I created this full face makeup tutorial using a few new products. One in particular was this eyeshadow palette from Colourpop, which I was super excited to play with. So I created this eyeshadow look using just this palette alone, and I really love the way it turned out. I also used a few other things from their Whatever collection, so if you guys want to see how I got this full face makeup look, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's get started. First, I'm going to start off by priming my eyelids, and I'm going to use this eyeshadow primer from Urban Decay. This is their original eyeshadow primer potion. It's really good, and I always like to use some sort of a primer, either it's concealer or like a specific eyeshadow primer. So today I'm going to use this Urban Decay one that's really great. Just going to place some of that onto my eyelids. I do have my brows done just to kind of speed things along here. And I also have a tutorial online where I showed you guys how I do my everyday brows. So if you guys can find that in my videos, I can link it in the description box down below. So right now I'm just gonna blend that primer in just with my fingers. Just kind of patting it into the skin. And so I'm super excited to be using this new eyeshadow palette from Colourpop. Once again, they released a new eyeshadow palette. It seems like every other week there's a new palette from them, which is amazing because it really gives us creators a lot of content to work with. So this is their Whatever palette. It's really cute. I love the packaging. It's like that burgundy with the roses. All of their packaging is so adorable. And I love the size of this palette because it's like the perfect little travel size. So that's great. And you can see that the names of the shadows are on the back of the palette, and also on the inside the names are written, which is always a plus. There is no mirror in this palette, which is okay. I do prefer when palettes have mirrors, but for the price, this is really great. You are getting 12 shadows, and this palette retails for $18 US. I love how they added a pressed glitter in there. There's also a Super Shock shadow formula in there, which I love as well. There's some beautiful mattes, some gorgeous metallics. So I'm really excited to create a nice burgundy look for you guys. So to start, I'm going to use this blending brush. This is from Zoeva, and it is their 227 Luxe Soft Definer Brush. And I'm going to go into the shade called Copycat. It's a really nice neutral shade that's really nice for the crease. It's like on the peachy tone. So I'm going to go into that and place that in my crease. Color is really gorgeous. It's almost like a pumpkin-y, orangey shade with a bit of pink undertones in there as well. It's super nice, and it's really pigmented. As you can see, this is just that one shadow, and there's a lot of pigmentation there. Okay, so we have that shade nicely blended in the crease, and I really want to go in with this beautiful burgundy shade. This is called Bad Guy, and it's a really nice, rich wine burgundy. So I'm going to take that same brush that we used for the crease, and I'm going to place that burgundy shade as well in the crease and just deepen it up. Guys, look at that pigmentation. Honestly, I just feel like Colourpop shadows are my favorites pretty much. They've quickly become one of my top favorite brands for eyeshadow palettes, especially because I just feel like the quality is amazing, and for the price, there's not that much fallout either, so that's really nice. The shadows are a little bit soft, but if you use a light hand, you shouldn't have too much fallout. This burgundy one is so beautiful. It's really rich and pigmented. As you can see, we just used two shadows, and it's a lot of pigment there. You can really build it up, or you could also not use as much, just have more of a softer look, but I really want that burgundy shade to really shine through. Okay, now with the clean blending brush, this is a Morphe JH34 brush. I'm going to go back into that first shade that we used in the crease, and I'm just going to use that lighter shade to help blend out that burgundy shadow that we placed and make sure that everything is really nicely blended. So you don't need too much of that shadow. I just put a little bit on my brush just to kind of help diffuse that burgundy shade out. Okay, so we have those two shadows now blended in the crease, and I really just love the way that looks. I don't think I want to add any darker shades, even though there's a lot of really nice darker shades in that palette. I just kind of want to leave it at this because I really think it looks good so far, and I like the depth that we have. So now I think I want to do a cut crease. I'm going to just place it on the inner corner of my eye, and I'm going to use my favorite Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is their white one in the shade Fair 00. I'm going to place that onto this flat concealer brush. This is a Colourpop E4 brush, and I'm going to carve out a bit of a cut crease on the inner corner. just using a fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to take the rest of that concealer and kind of smoke out the edges just so that there's no harsh lines. Okay, so that cut crease is carved out, and now I think I want to go in with this beautiful, it's like a rosy copper shade. It's called Ditch and You, but before I place that on my lid, I actually want to go in with this NYX glitter primer just to help the metallic shadow last all day and really stick on. So I'm going to place some of that glitter primer and just go in with that shade called Ditch and You and place it more along the outer edge because I do want to use this beautiful golden glitter on the inner corner of my eye, so I'm going to save a little bit of space for that shade. Okay, now going in with this flat packer brush, I'm going to dip into that beautiful shade called Ditch and You, and I'm going to place that on the outer corner of my lid. And then using that same brush, I'm going to dip into that beautiful pressed glitter. It's like a nice golden glitter. It's called Duh, and I'm going to place that on the inner corner of my eyes. This glitter is so pretty because it has like specks of like pink and copper in it, as well as the gold, but once it's on your lid, you really see all the different color glitters, and it's really beautiful. Okay, so now we have that glitter on the lid and the metallic shadow, and I really love the way all these shades look together. It just screams fall to me, and I'm really obsessed with this palette so far. I just can't wait to use it even more because I love the colors. I really love this pressed glitter. It's so pretty. It's even more beautiful on the eyelid, so that's super exciting. So now I'm going to clean up the fallout with this wet wipe and kind of just create a little bit of a cat eye. This is just a little trick I use when I'm too lazy to do cat eyes, which I really never do anymore, and it really makes your shadows look super clean and really defined, so that's really nice. Okay, so before we finish the rest of the eyes, I'm going to do my face. So first I'm going to start priming my T-zone with this Colourpop. This is their All-Star Matte and Blur Primer, and I'm just going to place that in the T-zone where I have the most pores and problem areas. So I'm kind of blending it in and then also tapping it in towards the end just to make sure it's nice and even. I'm just kind of placing it in the middle here. And now for foundation, I'm going to go in with one of my favorite foundations. This is from Bare Minerals, and it's their BarePro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. This also has SPF 20 in it, so it's really good for all the time pretty much because you should always keep your face protected from the sun. So I'm just going to use that in the shade Linen 10.5. And I'm going to apply that with this Morphe JH03 foundation brush. So I really love this foundation because I find that it's super long wearing, and it honestly does not transfer at all pretty much. Once it's on your face, it will stay there all day, and I love the fact that it has SPF in it, and it's just a really good foundation. It's also a medium to full coverage, which is what I love, so that's great. And it also comes with a pump, which is also a really good plus. Okay, so we have our foundation on, and now I'm going to use this concealer to conceal my under eyes. This is the Nars concealer. It's really cute because now they have the mini sizes, which are amazing for travel. So this is the mini version of the shade called Cannelle. It's light 2.75. So I'm just going to place that on my under eyes. I'm just going to kind of use that concealer and just kind of guide that area where we cleaned up that eyeshadow with that wet wipe and just kind of really define it more with that concealer. I'm going to place a little bit of concealer under my nose, just where I get a little bit more redness. And then to blend everything out, I'm going to use this damp beauty blender and just make sure it's all nice and blended into the skin. Now to set my under eyes, I'm going to use the RCMA No Color Translucent Powder, and I'm going to place that on my under eyes with this powder puff. And I'm going to let that under eye powder just bake a little bit on my under eyes, and I'm going to finish setting the rest of my foundation with this Bare Minerals. This is their BarePro Performance Wear Powder Foundation. This is also in the shade Linen 10.5. So I'm just going to use a little bit of that to really set the foundation even more. Even though you don't really need to set this one that much, I just want that extra coverage because I want this makeup to last all day. So I'm going to take that with this big powder brush. This is from Morphe. It's the JH01 brush. I love this for setting my face because it's really big and fluffy. So I'm going to go into that powder foundation and just make sure that I set everything nicely. Okay, now to bronze the face, I'm going to use this Nars. This is actually a highlighting powder, but it's really deep and rich, and I really actually like it for bronzing my face because it has a really nice metallic sheen. So I just find it gives you that really nice bronzy glow. So this is in the shade Saint Barth's, and I'm going to just bronze my face with that using this Morphe JH02 brush. Okay, now I'm just gonna wipe off that under eye powder that we have there. So part of that Colourpop Whatever collection, I also released a bunch of really beautiful Super Shock cheeks. So I'm gonna go in with this one. This is called Overdramatic, and it is a matte shade. It's a really nice like a bronzy shade with a bit of like that terracotta burgundy undertones to it. So I really think that it'll look nice with the eye look that we created today. So I'm gonna take some of that onto this Morphe JH05 brush and just stipple it onto my face. So I'm just placing that on the apples of my cheeks. Also like to place a little bit on the tip of my nose just to kind of make everything tie in better, and it also makes my nose look a little bit sun-kissed, which is also cute. Okay, so now to highlight my nose, I'm just going to take a bit of this Nars concealer. This is a lighter shade. It's in the shade Light 2.2 Nougatine. So I'm just going to place some of that onto this small thin pencil brush. This is a Morphe M15 brush, and I'm going to just place a little bit of that concealer on the tip and bridge of my nose, and then highlight it using a metallic powder. And I just use my finger to just blend it out a little bit. And now to highlight, I'm going to go in with this Mellow Cosmetics palette. This is their Stardust Glow palette. It's really pretty because it has these two beautiful highlighters here that are super metallic and really nice. I'm going to go into this more golden one. This is called Star, and I'm going to highlight my nose with this small Morphe JH42 brush and dip into that Star metallic powder. Now to highlight the rest of the face, I'm going to first go in with this M.A.C Cosmetics highlighter. This is in the shade Oh Darling. I'm going to use this Morphe JH09 brush and just place that beautiful metallic shadow on the high points of my cheeks here. It's one of my favorite highlighters. It's just that perfect golden tone, and it's really, really metallic and just blinding. And it's very finely milled, so you're not getting like chunky glitters. A little bit on my chin and my cupid's bow, and I also like to place some just above my brows, just very little. Now using this flatter highlighting brush, this is a Sigma F03 brush, I'm going to go into this beautiful shade here called Luna, which is also our dog's name. Love that name. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and just place it right in the middle of where we placed that other highlighter, just to kind of really make it pop. Okay, now to finish the eyes, I'm going to go into that same shade we used in the very beginning. This beautiful, nice, warm, light brownie shade. This is in the shade Copycat, and I'm going to use this Colourpop E9 blending brush and just place that all on my lower lash line. And now using the smaller pencil brush, this is the Colourpop E10, I'm going to go into that deep burgundy shade that we used in the crease called Bad Guy. So I'm just taking that darker shade and placing it more along the outer corner of my eye. So along with that Whatever collection, they also released this really cute bundle for the eyes. This is called their Stranger Than Diction BFF bundle. It's also $18, and you get a BFF mascara, you get an eyeliner, and you also get this gel liner, and they're all in this beautiful burgundy shade, which really matches the eyeshadow palette, so that's really exciting. So I really want to use this beautiful Creme gel liner in the waterline. This is just a beautiful burgundy shade. It's called Joyride. I'm going to place that in my waterline. Really love that eyeliner. It's so rich and beautiful. I love these burgundy shades. To go the extra step, I'm also going to use that BFF mascara. This is in the shade Wine O'Clock, and I'm going to place that just on my lower lashes. That is super gorgeous. And now to highlight the inner corners of my eyes, I really want to dip into this beautiful Super Shock pressed shadow in the palette. This is in the shade called Tardy, and it's a really beautiful soft golden metallic shade. So I'm going to use this Colourpop E3 brush and place that shadow on the inner corners of my eyes. I really love that this palette has a bunch of different formulations in there. You have the pressed glitter, you have the Super Shock shadow. It's a really versatile palette and it's like perfect for fall time. I really love these soft gold shades on the inner corners of the eyes. I just think they're beautiful and it's so pigmented. Okay, so I'm just gonna put some black mascara on my top lashes and I'm gonna pop on a pair of lashes and then I'll be right back to finish this look off with the lips. Okay guys, now to finish off the look, I have my lashes on. All that's left to do is the lips, and with that Whatever collection, Colourpop released a lot of new lip glosses. There are 6 new lip glosses and they are $8 each on the Colourpop site. So they have all of those nice neutral burgundy nude shades and they are all in their ultra glossy lip formula, so there's no matte lips or anything. It's all glossy lips, which I'm not complaining about because I love glossy lips. So I'm really excited to try out some of these glosses. I just have to figure out which ones I want to use because there's so many beautiful, nice neutral colors and these are like all of my favorite types of shades. So I think I'm going to first line my lips and then we'll figure out which glosses to use. So to line my lips, I'm going to go in with this Colourpop liner. This is in the shade Bonus Points and it's a really nice rich brown shade. I'm kind of just gonna blend out that liner just with this clean brush over here just to make sure that it's kind of blended in. I did want a darker liner so the gloss really showcases nicely. And now for the gloss, I think I'm gonna go into this shade called Cremesheen and I'm gonna place some of that onto my lips. It's a really beautiful, nice burgundy shade and I feel like it matches well with my eyes. That is super pretty. I do want to lighten it up a bit, so I'm going to try this nude gloss. This is called Attention Haul, and it's the lightest gloss in this collection, and it's really, really pretty. And I'm just going to mix that shade in just to lighten this one up a little bit. Okay guys, so this is the completed look and I really, really love the way this look turned out. As soon as I saw this beautiful Whatever palette, I really envisioned a look like this. I love that we have the nice burgundy shadow with that golden cut crease and that glitter thrown in. I just think that it turned out really nice and these shadows did not disappoint. Honestly, the formula of these shadows are so amazing. They feel so high end, but the price point is not high end, which is what I love about Colourpop the most. I really think that this is a really, really beautiful palette. The quality is amazing. I love these colors. If you're into the burgundy shadows, then you definitely need to get your hands on this palette because it's really beautiful. I love the size of it. It's perfect for traveling. It does not have a mirror in it, unfortunately, but it's still really amazing. You are getting 12 beautiful shadows for only $18, and I just think that it's really great. And you're getting a bunch of different formulas. You're getting mattes, metallics, a pressed glitter. You're getting a Super Shock shadow in there as well. I really love how they really are being innovative with the formulas now. They're really making these palettes super versatile. I also love the burgundy eyeliner and the mascara. I also think that added the extra burgundy touch to the look, which is nice. And the lip glosses were super beautiful. The formula of the glosses are nice because they're glossy but they're not sticky. I also really, really love that foundation from Bare Minerals. If you guys are in the market for a new foundation, definitely check that one out because it's one of my favorites. It's just amazing. It lasts all day and I just love it. Let me know what kinds of looks you want to see in the future. If you want to see more looks from this palette, I would love to create some more because I love these burgundy shadows. So please let me know in the comment section down below. I will list everything that I used, so don't forget to check that out in the description. So guys, thank you so much for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!